Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you something a bit different because I have spent the last 4 weeks organising all of my ribbon and bow making materials ready for the new year because I plan to be much more organised just in general. So what I've managed to do while I've sorted this is I have tidied everything I'm talking about. My ribbon is separated out into widths and colours and different varieties. My embellishments are all sorted, my tools are all sorted. Everything you could possibly imagine, it's all separated out, it's all logical, all makes sense, it's all in its own little places. So what I thought I'd do, as I'd done all of that, I thought I would actually show you all the different types of embellishments that you can possibly imagine, because I'm fortunate enough, because I'm A, a hoarder, and B, have been collecting all my materials for over 3 years, and I have a habit, I go wherever the pretty shiny things are. So I have some suppliers that I love, but I'm always open to finding new people because, like I said, if it's pretty and it's good quality, I will buy from everyone and I will support as many little small businesses as a lot of the ones that I mention are. They're all independent small business women that have started a lot of these businesses from their own homes and support their families with them, which is something I always love and like people to encourage to do. So like I said, I will go wherever the pretty things are. So this first box, which is a nice storage container like so, this is just my silver based bling, and look at all of them. Move it around a little bit just so you can see all the colour and all of the, in fact, take that one, swap out those boxes, they're in the wrong one, don't like that. I realised I had enough gold tone ones to separate them out yesterday, so I did that as well. So these ones are what are most often referred to as bling. So these are the sort of metal backed diamante looking finishes, and you can get so many different versions and different designs. I have, turn them so you can actually see the gems, like so. These are really great for the centre of things like octobows and things like that, you know, where you just want a bit of pop of colour that hangs down. Multiple, well, I've got a lot of red and green at the moment because obviously we've just finished Christmas. Okay, those are those ones. Oh, and I've got a more diamond shaped one there, and that should be in my other one, but I'll show you that later. So there's those ones. I have got some half pearl versions, surrounded by the like faux diamante ones, and I've got this in a couple of different sizes, as you can see, because that would be more of a middle one, that would be more for, you know, your OT'd bows, that would be for the centre of a small side bow. And I do believe, can't find it immediately in here, but I do have the size in the middle as well. And we've also got these versions, which is more, it's like a marble kind of effect, the glass versions. And I'll just dig into this properly because there is, like I said, you've seen this version, but I also have these ones. And these are the dangling versions, and as you can see there's quite a few different ones that you can get out there. See if I can find any of that. There we go, look. Like I said, I refer to these as dangling bling. Like I said, there's a lot of colour options, there's a lot of different shapes and styles, as you can see. There's just few that I've got there. So many different colours, and you can get all of these ones that I can show you. The smaller ones tend to range from about 50p through to about 8p, and the bigger ones range from about 65 to £1.25 depending on where you get them from. You can also purchase some of them from AliExpress. Obviously the more you buy, the better deal you tend to get, but when it comes to AliExpress, some of them are great. You can find some good quality things, but I would always suggest using a supplier from your actual country where you can, because they will have quality tested, because like I said, for every good one you get off these like marketing sites like AliExpress and Wish, there is great ones and there is ones that fall to pieces 2 seconds after you have them in your hand. And what I found sometimes is when they come from China, like the diamantes will literally like already be falling out, or say this bit, the spikes will have not been pushed down properly and the gem will be out of its sort of hold place and things like that. So like I said, always check all your reviews and things like that if you're buying from China instead of from like a supplier from your home country. So that was the dangly ones. I also have these super pretty crowns, and again I've got these in many colours. Order. I'm going to be getting much more detailed and more like fancy with some of my bows that you'll see, and you'll see in the videos as well, because I'm going to stop hoarding things and actually put them on my bow, because I'm one of these people, I like to make sure it actually fits the bow before I start sticking things on, because I don't like doing it just for the sake of it. So those are my crowns, and I also have these, so I can get them out of my little tray. Super pretty. Can you see? Little ballerina shoes. And then I've got a bunch of these ones. And I've got, again, a couple of different sizes, a couple of different shapes. So, in a lot of different colours. And they're the sort of more squared versions. Obviously not completely square, well, rectangled and squared gem bling. And then I've got quite a lot of these rounded curved gemmed ones, and again I've got a ton of different sizes, different colours, slightly different variations. As you can see, we've got like the gem version, and then we've got the more sort of glass. There's the more extra blinged diamante versions. There's half pearl ones in different colours, like those. So like I said, you've got a lot of options. You can add just a little bit of extra to your bows. Most of them don't cost the earth, as I said. These are my more ovaled ones, and again, like I said, a variety of sizes, a variety of colours. Those are those ones. And then I've also got a bunch of heart-shaped ones, which are among my favourite, and some teardrop ones. And again, I've got these in quite a few different styles and versions. And obviously these are the heart-shaped ones, and they're the teardrop ones, and like I said, you can use them up or down, whichever is your personal preference. And then these are my more random pieces. So I've got a heart slider. Now if anyone ever says a slider or a buckle, this is what they mean. They'll have something like this that you slip onto your middling ribbon and they move around like that, and that's why they're referred to as a slider. And you can get quite a few different versions of those. Like here I've got a super cute pumpkin one. And again, you pop that through and it slides like so. Also got a candy cane one here. Now some of them do come, what I would say the slide side does appear to be in the wrong direction. Because these don't tend to be the thickest materials in the history of the world, and like I said, as before, I have a history of jewellery making from back in the day. I do have some edged pliers, not these ones, but the slightly pointed tipped ones, and normally I can take these off and just glue them to the bow instead of using them as sliders if they don't come the right direction. As you can see, super pretty ballerina. Got these snowflakey ones. I even have some buttons, and what I do with these, if they don't sit in the bow, I will quite often use my lighter and melt that down and then file the back until it's flat. Same with this one, because like I said, they're quite pretty regardless. What's I got in here? Pumpkin heart. Oh. I've got an actual bow, a couple of them actually, some snowflakes, butterfly, like I said, and this is just some of the stuff you can buy. This isn't even by any means a full extended version. As you can see, you've got different, this was one if you wanted to do a much bigger than normal centre. This would be ideal. Like I said, it's a massive rectangular buckle slider, and you can get them in, again, a lot of different colours, a lot of different. Get in here. I have some teeny tiny versions of these somewhere. You can get them even smaller than this. You can get them in many colours. That's just the squared versions. There you go, look. And you can also get them in circles. There you go, smaller one. Different colours, smaller one. There we go. And again, they all slip on these. Most of them fit the sort of 9-10mm ribbon. There is a couple that are designed for the bigger ribbon. The biggest one version I've seen is that one that I've got in my hand, the rectangular one, which I would say you'd probably be able to fit your 38 1.5 inch ribbon through that one comfortably. But like I said, it depends on what you're using them for. But like I said, most of them will fit on these like so. And I've also got some heart versions. Now, for some reason, a lot of the heart versions seem to go across sideways. So again, it's something that I would consider taking the bar out and using it just to be glued on the front, depending on what I'm doing with the actual bow. I've also got these versions. Again, super pretty. Blinged, and again, this is one of the ones that I would deem a slider that goes the wrong way. And again, if I couldn't get it attached to the bow by doing the middle a different way, I would just clip that bar on the back off and glue that against the middle instead, depending. And like I said, I've got a variety of heart-shaped ones. All different designs. I've got different versions of these ones. And like I said, they all give you completely different looks to a very plain bow. So I've got a square-tailed boutique here. In the middle, I haven't got the middle on at the minute. But if you add that, say, as you can see, gives you like a completely different look to the bow overall than what you had just a second ago, and that's what all of this kind of stuff will do. It will just give you a completely, see, whole different look to your bow without a lot of effort or energy. And like I said, it's just, most of them can be glued on with a tiny bit of super glue, an extra strength super glue or something like that, if they don't have the sliding backs. And that's all the silver bling. Okay, I also have gold versions of a lot of it. I don't have as much gold as I do silver in the bling, because I prefer silver. It sits better with most bow colours. But this is my gold versions. As you can see, got similar to what we had before, but these are more gold tones. I have quite a lot of blue. Got super cute beigey creamy ballerina. And then I've got a couple of different versions of this one, which is like the little flower with the pearls, and I've got a red version of that. And this side I've also got the pink and the white versions of this, and these are really good not only for centres but again on your OTT bows. They'd be great for the sides, things like that. Like I said, I've got the big over the top pearl centre, and I've got this pink toned one, and another little delicate flower, well, rose tangled one. So that's all your bling. I also have chain bling. Now this is great for these versions. They're really good for doing your edges like so. You can also use them to wrap your centres, and I have a red tone version as well. Again, you can do them like so. You can use them to wrap, you can cut them and wrap your middle. You could do a few on your tail, things like that. And I've also got ombre squared. Like I said, this would be bigger because you can fit them against each set of squares depending on the colour. Fits against 9mm, so you can literally glue them to that and wrap the middle with them, and have them like that. And I've also got ombre hearts, and that's exactly the same thing. What I tend to do is I will cut them to the length of the 9mm, glue them directly to that, and then wrap the middle. And like I said, it gives it such a different look. I'll just cut these blue ones and show you. I'll leave them on a bit of plastic so I can reuse them later. But again, I'll put the hearts the right way around. Gives it something just a little bit different. And again, I pick up these sheets from the Range and Hobbycraft. You can get these for as little as £1 a sheet. You can get anywhere between, I'd say, you could get 40 or 50 middles off most of these. Like I said, they're really inexpensive, and again, it's just a matter of peeling them off the plastic sheeting and super gluing them with clear super glue to your middle, and they will stay on pretty firmly and you don't have to worry about them too much. And I've also got a white version. And again, that's all you do. Cut off your required amount. And like I said, you can attach that to a bit of ribbon, or you can put that directly on the bow, or you could have it against your edge like so. And again, this is exactly the same, and this is the silver version, and like I said, you can cut it down thinner or thicker depending on what you would want it for. And again, I pick these up. These are Craft Room Rubin versions. You can get £1 a piece, and then I get these in the range in their ribbon section for about £1 a piece. So again, they're not that expensive, and you get quite a lot of middles and things like that out of them. So like I said, they are worth the money. And then this is just my Christmas and Halloween, and I have all sorts in here. I have a variety of felters, and I believe most of these are from Joe Leaf. I've got candy canes, I've got reindeer antlers, noses, elves, Santa hats, pink rain antlers, things like that. I also have these resins, and these are flat-backed plastic resins, and I've got some reindeer. Strangely enough, I have Christmas mermaids, as you can see, and a Christmas llama, of all things. Snowflakes. This is a 3D plastic resin version of a Santa hat. And I've also got some bells, as you can see, that actually jingle. And I got them for, I think they were about £1.25 for 10 from, I think that was a range again. These ones I got online, and I'll put some of my suppliers for the UK in the list below. The felties cost anywhere between £65 to £1.25 to £4 a strip, depending on which designs that you're looking at and how many you get on a strip. These ones are uncut. Uncut tend to be a bit cheaper than the cut versions, because you have to cut these yourself, and there is a knack to it. You need to be making sure, because you can see here you've got the stitch pattern where the machine's gone round on it. You need to be very careful to cut as close to this as possible with a sharp pair of scissors without actually cutting into that. And what you can do is, if you're not paying attention, you can cut into the actual embroidered bit, and it doesn't look quite as pretty as it originally did. So like I said, that's an uncut version, and this would be a cut version. So like I said, it's sometimes worth paying that little bit if you're not very skilled yet at more to get the cut versions until you're a bit better and you've got better quality scissors and things like that. As you can see, I've also got a bunch of Halloween flatbacks, tons and tons of different ones, and I've also got some Halloween glass carbicons, and these are the ones that you would normally set into something rather than gluing it directly onto the back of the bow, depending on your personal preferences. And in the bottom layer, these are clays, the polymer clays. These are my Halloween ones, and as you can see, we've got some witches, different varieties, pumpkins, ghosts. I've got an armless zombie voodoo teddy bear there, and a zombie cheerleader. And I've also got Christmas ones under here. See, got a super cute Christmas reindeer girl, schoolgirl Christmas one, gingerbread man, some super cute, really pretty detailed. Now these more detailed ones, especially the girls, they tend to range anywhere between £2.25 to £3.50, depending on how much details and which suppliers you get them from. Like I said, I tend to pay anywhere between £2.50 to £3. I don't tend to go higher than that, and I will try and look out for it. A crafting tip: if you're going to go big at Christmas, look for your deals in July, because Christmas in July for crafting is actually a big thing, and you'll get some better deals at that time rather than closer to Christmas. These smaller ones, these tend to range anywhere between £1 to £1.75, depending again on the detail and the suppliers that you buy them from. And like I said, it depends also where you get them from, because I know some countries do charge more depending on the actual availability and things like that. There's all of those ones. And like I said, that's my Halloween and Christmas. Again, I did use an awful lot this year, but I still tend to like to keep things for next year, so you have some different things than what all the suppliers have out that previous year. I've also got some pre-cut glitter wings, and I've got pink and sort of ombre rainbow. I have vinyl vinyl ones, transfers, can't get my words out today. I've also got my sublimation transfers, heat transfers. I have some little satin roses. I cut these off the stems and attach them to things. And I've also got the stems. Again, these are great for the centres of ribbon flowers. And again, I think I've got these ones from Hobbycraft. And these ones from eBay. And these were on sale in the clearance area for 80p for about, I think you get about 15 on each one. And I got these, I've got 100 for about £2.30. And then I've also got some more vinyl bits and pieces in that one. And these are my more everyday resins and flat backs. So these are all flat backs, and these are all my unicorn ones. I've got quite a few unicorn ones because they tend to be a popular girl one all year round, every year. It's one of the few themes. Rainbows and mermaids tends to be the one that sticks around the longest. So again, more unicorns. Got some mermaids here. Some clouds, some sayings. Got a little dream catcher set there. Got some plastic flatback mermaid tails, and these are the more 3D versions. That's got like a little ridges to it. Some paws. I've even got a 3D flamingo in there. And again, like I said, you can get these anywhere from sort of 60p to, I think the most I've ever paid for one of these, and one of the big ones is about £1. So like I said, again, not very expensive, and it's just a matter of, like I said, a little bit of super glue, or you can add a felt circle to the back and then super glue it to your bow that way, depending on what style bow works best for you. And like I said, they're not very expensive, and again, they can literally change the whole look of a bow. So that's without. With the resin, makes such a big difference without a whole lot of and then this is my half pearls. So these are my half pearls in multiple sizes. I use these ones especially in this area. They tend to be the middles of my ribbon flowers. So like I said, it's always good to have a different version of widths and colours, etc. And again, you can pick these up from eBay, AliExpress, Wish, things like that. For these ones, for the quality that you get and the variety, I would advise going to them rather than suppliers, because you can get packs of these. I get about 200 in a pack, and they cost me about £1.25 to like £2 maximum from, like I said, AliExpress and places like that, whereas buying them individually would cost you more money. And then I've also got a selection of little tiny 3D resins, which I use for sort of embellishing bows, not actual centres, but like for sides or things like that. It can look really pretty. And I've also got these fabric covered like little buttons. Again, I use them for flower centres. And I think I've got some actual buttons in there as well. And then these are my everyday felters. Got some schoolgirl ones, unicorns, sunflowers, animals, even got a sloth there. And then these very last things, these are my mini 1.5mm pearls, and these are the ones that, in an alternative for something like this, that you can glue on. What I will do sometimes instead is I will stitch in a beaded pattern for the middle with invisible thread. Like I said, I've got a couple of colours. I've got some from my autumn. I've got reds, like a glittery red and a basic red, and a basic orange apricot and more glittery, and then some white in a couple of different sizes. And like I said, they're perfect for stitching onto your 9mm. So hopefully you find this useful. Like I said, most of these, like I said, don't cost the earth. They can make a huge difference to your bows. You can decide which sort of embellishments are best suited for you. If you wanted to go down the more luxury route, you could choose more of the bling ones and things like that. If you wanted to go more into flowers, like I said, your half pearls are the kind of ones that you want to look into and things like that, and your more circular ones. But like I said, it's entirely up to you. Hopefully this has been useful and you've learnt some names of some of the things as well. And thank you for watching. I do also have a YouTube channel under Catherine's Ribbon Bows and Tutorials. If you want any more information or suppliers or anything like that, pop across and speak to me, and I will help you out if you want tips on how to glue certain embellishments and things like that onto your actual bows. I can show you things like that. I do live videos as well as these YouTube videos if you're stuck with anything. And happy Christmas, and thanks for watching. Bye.